Well, that's right, Del. Right now, President Trump, as you mentioned, has said he'll hit Colombia next with new tariffs. And the move was sparked by the president's accusation that the president of Colombia was encouraging distribution of drugs. And so the move actually also marks the latest update in the Trump administration's tariff policies, which have shifted and also been modified multiple times since rolling out in April. The Trump administration's tariff policies continuing to shift.
I think there's a lot of adaptation about how they're implemented and where they're implemented.
The White House last month exempting dozens of products from its reciprocal tariffs. The exemption list now includes some lumber products and certain metals. The White House saying the exempted goods are largely unavailable natural resources.
There are certain products that just aren't made here in the United States and that are needed for as inputs into manufacturing or production.
Everett Eisenstadt was the deputy director of the National Economic Council during President Trump's first term. He says the president has also shown a willingness to adjust tariffs based on economic commitments from other countries to invest in the U.S. Meanwhile, the White House is using another trade law, Section 232, to expand some tariffs. On Friday, the president using that to add 25% tariffs on the import of some trucks and truck parts and a 10% tariff on imported buses. Many businesses up to this point have eaten the cost for tariffs, but there are concerns that won't last.
What we've seen so far is that businesses have by and large tried their best not to pass on tariff costs. They've been waiting to see how Trump's trade policy will shake out before making those price hikes on consumers. But that's getting more difficult as the days go on.
These policy shifts come ahead of a Supreme Court hearing in early November on President Trump's power to impose these sweeping global tariffs. And the court could force the administration to pay back these levies if it loses. Del?
Katie, on that issue of the Supreme Court, I know experts are reading the tea leaves. Any idea where the justices are headed, where they're leaning?
Well, we have been hearing some bets being taken by some economists and legal scholars saying that it's likely that the lower courts will also show the way forward for the Supreme Court, and that might look like the Trump administration not winning here. And the Trump administration has continued to urge the Supreme Court to uphold President Trump's power to impose these tariffs. And the president on Sunday said that if the court does rule against the administration, it could, quote, literally destroy the United States. Meanwhile, if the court does rule against the president and say that he overstepped his authority and seeks to strike down, these tariffs, an estimated 70% of those tariffs would fall. And not only that, Del, we would see that the U.S. would have to pay back what economists estimate to be $165 billion in tariff revenue. And so we're going to be looking out for that as oral arguments are set to begin on November 5th. Del?
Scripps News national correspondent Katie Tubman for us live in New York. Katie, as always, thank you very much.